It has been a long road and full of challenges. Being bilingual on graduation day has been one of my greatest achievements because I now have the tool set to go on reaching all the objectives I might set for myself in the future. A world of opportunities opened up to me when I started studying with Richmond Solution. I was really able to learn autonomously. I could study at home, in the library, or in the classroom. I could dive into the book, or by being connected to the internet, I could explore fascinating activities that empowered my English skills. I was able to instantly access the answers as they were only a click away. I loved working in a team. My friends and I had great fun as we learned. I learned a lot from them, and I know that they learned something from me. The exams were always challenging, but thanks to the practice that was constantly available on the digital platforms, we were fully up to speed to meet these challenges. I am really going to miss my school.
Richmond Solution helped us hugely to transform the English program in our school. We have now got the best tools to guarantee the best learning. Let me show you. Part of the process gives us access to a coach who builds our confidence, as well as training courses to better our abilities and to continue our improvement. Yes, good teachers are always keen to learn more. As we live in the cloud, as we say in this connected world, we have digital resources to improve our classes and which allow our students to learn from anywhere in the world, even quite literally in the clouds if they are on board an airplane. Through the Richmond Test Manager and Learning Analytics, we have a variety of possibilities to test, validate, and monitor students' progress. It is amazing to be able to see how your students are learning and to have the evidence of their learning at your fingertips. This really does make us very happy indeed. Richmond Solution is a solution designed for you.
Good afternoon. Let's
Hi,
see here. All right.
Mateo.
Hello, good afternoon. So, good afternoon, dear audience. Good afternoon, Silvia, teachers, and everyone who is here with us. My name is Mateo Gomez Alcalá. Welcome to the third webinar from our second Richmond training cycle of this year. Please let us know where are you watching us from. Today we will talk about Inclassflip and gamification with our expert, Silvia Maldonado. Okay. Remember that, well, the idea of this webinar is that we will learn the importance of gamification in Inclassflip, concepts and principles, related to this topic. We're going to identify different strategies that Silvia will share with us today, as well as some tools, right, for us to integrate gamification and Inclassflip in. But well, before I will, let's say, open this session, let me tell you a little bit more about Silvia Maldonado. Okay, so Silvia holds a BA in teaching English as a foreign language. Currently studying her master's degree in pedagogical mediation in EFL at Universidad Nacional Abierta y a Distancia UNAD. Has been a teacher trainer for over 6 years, working as an academic consultant for Richmond Publishing House. She has worked as English teacher for 12 years in schools, universities, and language institutions. She has provided support in curriculum design and implementation plans in bilingualism programs in different institutions in the city of Cartagena, Colombia. She's motivated to integrate new technologies, methodologies, and pedagogical mediation. So in EFL, okay, so this is quite awesome. So Silvia, welcome again.
Introduction. And don't you ever feel a little bit nervous when you are beginning a webinar?
Wow, yes, it's a such a big
I
responsibility.
kind of I have this little stage fright. I don't know why I do this almost every day with
Yeah,
presentation
but
because
always happens, Celia.
it does. So I'm gonna start with an icebreaker.
All right.
How do you call an American bee?
How do I call American B?
How do you call an American bee?
Wow. Um, I don't know. I don't know that one.
Well, a USB.
The
I thought
US.
hard that we didn't rehearse this before, so I got
No, it's okay.
Mateo by
That's
surprise.
awesome. That's
But
awesome.
okay,
No, okay.
I'm gonna start sharing my screen. It's just a
Yeah.
little joke, just to break the ice, because
To break the
really
ice, yes.
sometimes I feel a little bit
Awesome.
nervous, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you please let me know when you see my screen?
Sure.
Just please confirm. Hey, where are the participants from? Are
Yeah,
they
in the
Where
meantime,
are they
In the
from?
meantime, we have Gladys, for example, Gladys Espinosa from Ecuador, Carol Batista. She's watching us from Barranquilla, Colegio del Sagrado Corazón. So, hello, Carol. We have Sara Esther Torres from Toluca, Mexico. We Raquel
Wow,
from Cartagena. I mean, we got like a really good and interesting audience, from different parts and
Cartagena.
cities around the world. Cartagena is here as well. Monteria also with
Great.
Ahmed. So thanks
Uh,
for being here with us.
welcome everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today in
Mm,
this webinar. Well, Inclass Flip and gamification. Let's see. We're gonna check the agenda before we do anything else.
sure.
We're going to check first what you remember from the in-class flip webinars from the two previous sessions we had, right? Last week, Carolina Porras was joining us with in-class flip. And a couple of weeks ago, Mateo Gomez was helping us identifying a little bit of the main characteristics of the in-class flip as well, right? The main concepts. So we're going to check before we continue with the activities. We're going to check a few questions in the questionnaire to identify that. Then we will check the concept of gamification, right? Then the difference between game-based learning and gamification. They are not exactly the same. They might be similar in some points, but we're going to
Mhm.
check what are the characteristics and how can we differentiate the two of them. Then we will see the benefits of gamification, right? Why is it important to apply or implement gamification in class? We're going to check, providing rewards for students, just the concepts. Maybe later you're going to be able to explore different tools according to how to reward the students with badges and points and little things that motivates them a lot. And at the end, reflect on this. We're going to check a lesson sample for you to identify how we're going to be able to organize our didactic sequence and the structure of the class using gamification. Alrighty, let's do
Okay.
this. Let's read this just together. In class flip, right? Remembering the concepts before, in class flip learning intends to raise autonomy and motivation during the learning process, right? Gamification complements that process by bringing first purpose, challenge, and fun, right? To enhance and maintain motivation among your students. This is from Wilches back in 2019. Now, Mateo, we have a little
Wow,
game
we have a
here.
game.
Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm more than ready. And you know what? I'm going to invite our audience also to join us, no, in this game. Of course,
All
please
right.
feel free to to answer, no, type in your comments there, and well, participate here. No, okay.
Yes, thank you, Mateo. Since we have very little time, time
Uh-huh.
flies and we only have a little less than an hour for the whole webinar.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to please be very attentive according to the
Okay.
questions and in
Awesome.
your homes or wherever you are at, if you're at school, if you're at the office, in the chat, send your answers very quick, all right, after
Mhm.
each of the questions, but very, very quick. I want you all to participate and engage into this little game we have about in-class flip. Ready, Mateo?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All
Let's go.
right, let's go.
All right.
Let's do this. For 25 points in the
All right.
in-class flip learning.
Mhm.
A, dedicate time in independent and group work, prepare material, or dedicate time memorizing content. Which one do you think is the answer?
Mm,
At home,
okay. Please,
participating,
audience, help us out here. Like,
you
which
can go
one?
ahead and write A, B, or
Yeah,
C. Mhm.
exactly. A, B, or C, and that one will be the one that I would tell Sylvia. All right.
Perfect.
There are still. I mean, by the way, the audience, is sending a lot of greetings from Cordoba, well, from different parts, around the world.
Ooh,
That's awesome. We
that's
love, to know that. Yeah, we have a big audience here.
great.
Well, Silvia, no, going back into I'm between two of them, but for instance, Jose Racero
Okay.
says that be the first answer. Dedicate time in independent and group work. So
That's what the
I
audience is saying?
Yes, actually, Alime is saying the same, like letter A, or in this case, the first answer. And
Okay.
I agree with them. So let's see, Sylvia, if
Yeah.
this is the
Okay. Let's
answer.
go with A for
Uh-huh.
25
Let's cross our
points.
fingers. Yes,
Right.
we got it.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Let's spinning. Spin the
All
wheel.
right.
For 100 points, Mateo, in class
Mhm.
flip makes teachers misuse time in class, takes up all time I have for planning, and optimizes time for more practicing activities in class. Which one do you think it is? Go
Mm.
ahead, very quick. With your
Audience,
comments, send them,
please
send them.
help me out here. A, B, or C? What do you think? What do you think about
What
this
do
one?
you think?
So in class flip, what's the dynamic? What is it about? Okay, Alime and Gabriel, they say sis like a lot. See. You have there. Gabriel is
All of them are saying C.
yay. Yeah, it's I
Okay.
would say
What do
something
you think,
general.
Mateo?
I agree with them. It's going to be C optimizes time for more practicing activities in class. Yes.
But let me ask
Mhm.
you something. Do you
Yes.
think planning with gamification, including activities for gamification in class is going to take up a little bit of time. I mean, we have to be honest. It does.
Yes, of course. That will be one
But
of the challenges, no? Like
yes,
to administrate and to be to administrate over time, no, in terms of planning.
correct.
But for sure, well, it's going to be this one optimizes time. I
Yes.
agree with the audience.
But
I agree
once
with the audience.
look at this. Once you start like including little by little some
Yeah.
activities, some really fun activities and little games into your classes, you're going to be able to see and identify that it's working out really well.
Mm,
Difficulties will be, yes, of course, and the time for planning is going to be a little bit extend, but it's okay because you are finding new ways and different ways,
sure.
different things to bring into your classroom and zest up a little bit your classes. It's amazing. So let's go with the C. Excellent,
Yes,
Mateo.
guys,
Very
we had it.
good. Okay,
Awesome.
spinning. Let's go with number 3 for 75 points.
Wow. Okay.
Gamification is distracting students and has no purpose, makes me lose time in class, and enhances motivation to learn.
Well, Silvia, according to what you just mentioned, in terms of the this concept that you just showed us, it won't be the first option, just because actually what you want with gamification is to carry out appealing activities, no, to foster intrinsic and extrinsic motivation in students.
Mhm.
Therefore,
Correct.
answer no, it's not the first answer, it's not the second answer. And I agree with all the audience, Alime,
What did they say?
Pablo, Giomar, they're saying C, so
Say
that's enhances motivation to learn. That's the
motivation.
answer. Yeah.
Exactly. That's a very important key over here for
Awesome.
gamification. So you guys have 200 points already,
Oh
or
my god.
250
Awesome.
points. Watch out for this one. This gives you a lot of points.
All right.
Gamification requires creating a lot of games for class,
Mhm.
strategical planning, and students to use a joystick. Right? It's games,
Mm.
right?
Okay, this one. Okay, this is tricky. This one is tricky. So, audience, what do you say here in this one? I
Yeah.
am between two of the options that we have here, but well, help me out here, please. Carol,
Repeat,
Gabriel, they
repeat,
say
take your
B,
time.
B, B, and B.
Everybody's saying
So,
B. And what do you think,
yes,
Mateo?
strategical planning. Yes, I mean you require in
Definitely.
order for you to integrate gamification, you need strategical planning. Yeah, because
But what about
you know
creating games? We're going to have to create some games.
yes,
But the
of course, but
game, look at this. This game was created with Genially, right? Later in a
oh,
few seconds, we're going to check how to create a very simple game with Genially. If you
okay,
have
awesome.
used Kahoot, if you have used Quizzes, Quizlet, these tools are very similar in many characteristics. So if you
Mhm.
already know how to use those, it's very easy for you to identify the characteristics in Genially if you wanted to use Genially or Canva. You can create games based on the templates and you're going to save
Awesome.
a lot of time. So strategical planning it is. We need to be
Yeah,
very
oh my
strategic.
awesome.
Okay, spinning that wheel. Let's go for Uy, 50 points. Okay.
All right.
Gamification can be used in both virtual and face-to-face environment, only in the virtual environment because it's games, links,
Mhm.
gamification, or only from home. What do you think it is the answer? Go
Well,
ahead.
as a matter of fact, we mentioned this in the previous webinar. So I think, let's see, the audience is saying A. For instance, Sara, Alime is really active, as
Yeah.
well as Santiago, Carol. I mean, we appreciate all your answers, but this is just like A's, and A's. So we don't have any other option here. Gamification can be used in
Definitely
both
A.
virtual and face-to-face environments. So this is.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mateo. I'm not going to follow your opinion
Oh
in this
no.
case, right?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna say A, but I'm gonna go with the audience, right? With their
Mhm.
answer. And you got it, guys. That's the
A.
last one for 500 points. Do I
Okay.
need to be an expert at making games? I need to explore
Mm.
some useful tools.
Mhm.
Uh, Not at all. I don't need to be an expert, or I must create an application game.
So, do I need to be an expert at making games? What does the audience say about that one?
What do you think?
So, Silvia, we're getting like Alma Bernal, for instance.
All right.
She is saying letter B, Amer letter B. So not at all. That is, I would say, the one that they are actually. Sarah
Okay.
says A and C are correct. All right.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
So we got another one. Uh-huh.
All
So,
right.
but the
That's a good one,
majority,
a big challenge, right? Create an
mentioned.
application game.
So
I would
yeah.
love. I would love
So
to.
I need to explore some useful tools. I must create an app game. Okay. Well.
Okay. And what do you think, Mateo? Which one would you choose? A,
Oh,
B, or C?
I will go with the first one. Because
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I not consider to like we need to create apps, but
Okay.
we should integrate and use some tools, no, some useful tools. So
Okay.
I would go with the first one. I don't know.
Let's go with the first one. But we don't
Okay.
have to be expert. I would say that B is also correct. If you chose B, you are
Mm-hmm.
correct as well. So in this case, we have two possible and correct answers.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
that was it. We need to explore some tools in order, to bring the activities into the classroom, right? It is
Mhm.
necessary to explore some tools and to get to know some of them. Okay, you guys. Which one? Mateo. Well, you're the
Tell me.
only person here right now. Well, besides
Okay.
our participants, but we don't have really contact with them at this point. Which one would be your prize? Which one would you like?
Wow. I don't know. I would go with the pet. I don't
The
know. That pet
pet.
is like a T-Rex, right?
Oh, woohoo.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Mateo, before we continue, can you please confirm if we are listening to the audio?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Mhm.
Thank you, Mateo. Let's
Awesome.
continue then with the presentation.
All
Let me go
right.
back. Hold on one second. In here. Mm, already. Oh, let me see. Escape a little bit and continue. Okay. So, what is gamification? Is it just playing games and that's it? Well, not really. Not really. Let's check this activity created with a tool called EducaPlay. If you have already explored the tool, fantastic. There is a specific one that captures my attention a lot because it's engaging and it is to we always use videos in class, right? Sometimes we bring them the song, we bring the students the explanation, the grammar activity, or the grammar reference for them to identify from a video. So videos is something I like to use a lot in my classes. So from Educa Play and other tools, similar tools, there are a few. We have this activity made through Educa Play. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Let me go to the game. Oh, sorry. Let me replace that one more time because I was
And in
actually.
the meantime, let me ask you something, Sylvia. Is this a tool which we have to kind of like pay for it, or is it for free, or how does it work in that
We
one?
don't really have to pay for Educa Play.
Mhm.
It's for free. It's
Okay, that's
actually
awesome.
for free. Of course, maybe I'm not sure if there is a version that you need to pay for.
Mhm.
It will say so. Once you start using it, you can create some games. Maybe at some point, I don't
Mhm.
know, it will ask you to register or to pay for the upgrade somehow. But for now, I'm using it for free and I use it with my students as well. So let's, can you see my screen, Mateo?
Yes, Sylvia. Yes, yes,
All
I
right,
can.
thank you. So let's look at this video
Hmm.
included in Educa Play, okay? And we don't just watch the video from the beginning to the end and that's it, right? It is necessary for the students to understand what they are watching, what they are listening to. So with Educa Play, you can create this fun
In the
activity.
ever changing world of education, there's a relatively new and exciting trend called gamification. Now, that word in itself might generate some pictures in your mind that you're not a real big fan of when you think of video games. So let's take a minute in this video to talk about what is gamification. We'll start with the research of a gamification expert. In his book, The Gamification of Learning and Instruction, Carl Kapp, a professor of instructional technology from Bloomsburg University, defines gamification this way: the use of game-based mechanics, aesthetics, and game thinking to engage people, motivate action, promote learning, and solve problems. Well, now, if you're anything like me, Professor Kapp's definition of gamification, while very thorough and detailed and in-depth, may have failed in answering the question. It may, in fact, have actually generated more questions for you.
Okay, Mateo, are you there?
Yes, I am. I was watching it.
What have you noticed in this activity, Mateo?
Well, initially, I have to say that it is, I was quite complete, but at the same time complex concept, no, definition. And so, well, but yeah, I would say that there were some aspects there that I don't know if it's possible, like, to simplify it, Sylvia, somehow, or you're going to mention it for our
Sure.
audience, right?
All right. So look at that. The idea for the video, is
Mm-hmm.
to watch the first segment of the video
Mm-hmm.
and then create a question, right? So students identify the main concepts or the main
Okay.
ideas from the video and not just watching the video from the beginning to the end and that's it, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
necessary to pause it little by little, make some fragments or making some segments in the video and asking questions, right, for better understanding. So in this first question, according to the first minute of the video, I have understood the concept of gamification based on Carl Kapp's definition. So which one did you say? Yes and no?
I would say yes and no. Yes and
Okay.
no. So it
Yeah,
will
because
be A and B, right? The one that the option that you have there.
correct. It is necessary to simplify the concept a little bit more, right? Because it
Yes.
produces a little bit more questions on what is gamification and how can I include it in the classes. So let's
Mhm.
go with A and B. We're gonna make that a little bit simpler. Let's go.
All right.
If that's the case, it might help in this video if we slow things down a little bit and simplify the whole concept of gamification. When we gamify a classroom, we use all the bits and pieces of video games that make them so fun, engaging, interactive, and just plain awesome to create a learning environment that is fun, engaging, interactive, and just plain awesome. Is that a little simpler?
What do you think, Mateo?
Of
Is it
course, now
simpler?
it's simpler. Oh, of course, yes.
When
Yes, it is.
sorry, Mateo. When gamifying my lesson, class
Mhm.
becomes fun, engaging, interactive, and just plain awesome. Fun but distracting. I cannot really gamify. And my students fight for badges. We're identifying a few concepts in here. Badges, right?
Okay. All
Which one
right.
could be
So
the answer for you?
it will be the first one. Sure, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Definitely. And that's what they mentioned
Mhm.
in the video. To make it simpler to identify what gamification is, your classes will become real fun, engaging, because that's actually what we need for the students to learn and to improve in the language, right? Or in the
Mm.
other classes, if you want to implement gamification, not only in English classes, you can do it in different subjects as well. So it becomes also your classes become more interactive. There is going to be student-student interaction because you're going to be able to create interaction between students with pair work or teamwork, right? And playing awesome. It's going to be great and fantastic. Um, we're not going to be able to watch the whole video because it takes more than 5 minutes,
Okay.
but maybe the last one. We're going to check the last question, number 3. All right, we have a little few time. So let's go with the next part of the video. Watch it, pay good attention, all right? And let's go to question number 3. But listen to this. At the end of the session, you're gonna have in the chat, in the Facebook live chat, you're gonna have the
Yes.
links for the games we played before.
Great.
All right, made with Genially, and you're gonna have this also, so you can finish questions number 4 and 5 and identify more concepts of gamification. Okay. So pay
Okay.
attention at the chat in the chat at the end, and you will see the links to play the activities we're just practicing. So, Mateo, number
The first
2,
one.
first one. Okay, let's
Yes.
go.
Mhm.
And pay attention to the third fragment of the video. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's move on to another question that would come up when we're talking about gamification. How does it work? Some teachers use a few smaller experiences or online tools to gamify portions of the learning experience for students. A teacher might use Class Dojo, for example, in order to manage the classroom, or tools like Kahoot and quizzes for formative assessments. Nearpod might be used for some truly interactive learning. Other teachers create entire worlds for students to explore. They can experience and interact with the learning throughout their journey, plunging themselves as deep into the world as they choose. Sounds pretty intense, doesn't it? Well, and it can be. And just like in the video games that they play every day, that intense gamified classroom situation can draw students in and challenge them in whole new ways.
I have never created a game in Minecraft for education. It would be awesome. That's something I want to try later, for sure. Okay,
Yeah. Mhm.
question number 3. And did you see some of the tools he mentioned? He mentioned Kahoot. He
Kahoot.
mentioned quizzes, right? Did you see another one that is familiar to you, Mateo?
Class Dojo. I have used Class Dojo before, so yeah, that one.
And Nearpod. Nearpod is a
Oh
fantastic
yes, of
tool
course. Nearby.
to explore. I have explored it a little bit, not much, honestly, but it's something that I would love to engage later on again. Have I ever checked or explored any of these tools? Is the audience? I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. Go
Okay,
ahead.
Silvia. So here, for example, John Ersa, he says A in in this. I mean, according to the, related to the answer for this question, and also like he says A and others, right? Like so, not
Okay,
only Kahoot and quizzes, but other type of tools, right? So
fantastic, John.
word wall. Jose
Yes.
Racero also. I mean, word wall is awesome as well. Yes, works.
World Word is fantastic as well.
Yes,
It's kind of
word wall.
similar to Educaplay a little bit.
Yeah.
It has some
Mhm.
games that you can use in there. Excellent. Someone else? Another?
Mm, no, no, Silvia, not for now.
And what do you think, Mateo? Which one would be your answer?
I would go with the first one.
Yeah.
Yes, Kahoot and quizzes and others.
Yes, and
Yeah,
others, right? And
yeah,
some other tools that
yes, of course.
the person mentioned in the video.
Mhm.
Excellent. Good job. We're not going to be able to continue. I sorry, that was not the answer.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a mistake that I made in here because
Ah,
actually all of the answers were supposed to be correct. Oh
okay.
my God, I'm a human. I can feel it. I
Of
made mistakes.
course. Silvia,
All right.
Carol Batista mentions
Okay.
Mentimeter as a tool that she uses. All right,
Okay.
Mentimeter,
Is another Padlet. Padlet is
Padlet,
another
yeah, of
tool,
course,
right?
Nearpod,
And some other tools come to our minds
yeah.
as we practicing here. Fantastic. Karen Batista? Karen. Carol.
Carol
Carol.
Batista.
All right, Carol. Thank you, Carol. All right, continue. So far, at this point, look at the picture. Did
Yeah.
you think gamification was for a kid or a person just to sit down in front of a big, huge screen and with the joystick and the headset, just playing and playing a game? Is that what you
Yes,
really think
yes, yes.
gamification was?
I thought about gamification as this picture, no? This picture is representing, no? So it's something
Yeah,
about holding a joystick and in front of a screen, you know,
yeah.
solving things.
It happens. It happens a lot, and it happened to me as well. I really thought
Exactly. So it's a
before,
misconception, right?
right? Before exploring what gamification was,
Mhm.
I was really thinking it was something like this. Once I thought of the term gamification, but it's not
Okay.
really only that, right? It's games, having
Hmm.
fun, um, playing, of course, but it's more than that because we're using it for education. It's a different environment. We need to adapt the games into the class and be strategical, right? Be very strategical. So look at this. Let's see the difference between game-based learning and gamification. What's the
Okay.
difference? Sometimes uh, make I don't quite get or understand the difference between those two. But let's see. This is a little example for you to be able to identify the difference.
Mhm.
Which of the following elements belong to GBL? So go ahead, guys, in your or participants. Sorry, not guys. Participants and the audience. Go ahead and send us very quick your
A
answer
or
to
B,
the
A or
question.
B, guys. So which
Exactly. A
of the
or B.
following elements belong to GBL? What do you say there? A or B?
Game-based learning.
So John Ersa wrote B. Okay,
Okay.
so I
But
mean,
before, yeah, in the meantime, go ahead and answer. But look at
yeah,
this.
of course.
A,
Hmm.
the answer A, we have three different examples of games. Cranium,
Hmm.
I haven't played
Hmm.
that one, but it's a board game.
Hmm.
Pictionary, I have played this one and it's really fun to play with students in class, either in class, face to face, or virtual environments as well. It's fantastic. And also Hangman. I have played this one with my students in both environments as well. But which
Okay.
one could it be? Let's see B. B has coins, golden coins, badges. It has achievements, and according to the process and the effort the students are making, they get prizes and points at the end of the process and challenges, right, with this dragon. So which
Mhm.
one could it be? Which one is which elements belong to game-based learning? A or B? What do they say,
Okay.
Mateo?
The majority is writing letter B. So they're going with the second option. Coin, I mean the elements of games. Oh, so but remember that here we're referring to GVL, right? So that's
Yes, correct.
it's not
The question
gamification,
is,
right?
which of the following elements belong to game-based learning?
Uh-huh. All
So
right.
most of the audience is saying B.
B, but we have I mean the answer from this one is Carolina Porritas. And she wrote A. She actually she's the
A.
one that well, John Ersa also is now
Okay.
writing. Okay, yes, guys. So like this is the idea for us
Okay.
to
And what do you think, Mateo? Which one do you think it is? And if you can tell us why you're choosing that.
Okay, so I would say that I will go with the letter A, because this one, well, is related to the process of game-based learning, is learning through games, no? So games, they represent the vehicle for us to learn and to cover content or analyze it, etc. No,
Okay.
and the base here will be to use pre-made or pre-designed games, no? So in that order of ideas, I will go with letter A. But I don't know, Silvia, please tell us which one
Okay.
would it be?
Which one would be the answer? Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
It's A.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But let's see why with the
Yeah.
definition. Let's see the concept of GBL, game-based
Okay.
learning. It's actually a methodology, right? A
All right.
teaching methodology we can use in class. GBL uses existing games to learn through those games, right? So we were talking about Cranium, we were talking about Hangman and
Mm-hmm.
Pictionary. Those are predetermined games. They are already existing, but we can use them in class to teach English or any other subject, right? Um, I like to use this example with teachers and my students. Uh, Maybe Michael Jackson Thriller, right? You know the song Thriller, yes?
Mm-hmm.
the song was not really created for teaching English per se, of course, right?
Not at all.
But if we bring it into class and we practice the song with the students, they are going to have fun and they are going to practice the English language, don't they?
Yes, of
It's
course,
very
Silvia.
important.
Yes.
So in this case, is games,
Mm.
predetermined games. They are already existing, but we can use them to bring them into the classroom to play with the students, and they will be able to learn according to something very difficult for them to learn in a regular explanation. You know.
Okay. Also.
So thus the game becomes the vehicle for strengthening concepts. In this case, I'm using the games, I'm bringing them into class, and I'm using it for teaching the specific concept I want my students to strengthen at this point.
Silvia, there is a question from Santiago Padilla Carrascal.
Okay.
So he asks, so the B, the letter B, was relative with serious games. In this case, I would imagine related to serious games.
No, not really. What it means in this case is the process that you are using for gamification.
Hmm.
Once you start using, for example, the game at the beginning, if you remember, it was a game created with Genially, and it's a template, right? It's already a game, right? The wheel.
Yeah.
We're using it in class, but the process in this case is providing the students some rewards, right? Showing them according to the effort and according to the process they go through in the activities we bring them. We show them badges, we show them points, we give them little rewards, and it boosts the attitude for the students into participating in the class, right? That's one of the differences. And
Okay.
concepts, they might be a little bit different. In this case, let's use this activity for game-based learning, all right? As
Hmm.
an example to understand it better. Mateo, I have a challenge for you.
Okay.
And look at
Look.
the chart, say the color, but not the word.
All
Can you?
right.
Yeah, you can do it. I'm not asking you, can you do it? Because I know you can. So go
Yes,
ahead.
yes, but then I invite also the audience, wherever you are watching us from, please, try to do
Exactly.
this exercise with me, okay?
Yes.
So, well, here probably I will, struggle a little bit with my left and my right side of my mind, of my brain. So,
Okay.
in this case, let's see. So it goes green, red, blue, yellow, blue, black, red, blue, green, black, red, yellow, green, blue, black, blue, red, green. Yes, I got
Wow.
it.
I
Awesome.
couldn't have done it any better. Kudos.
Wow. All
Congratulations.
right.
Yeah, but it's a difficult thing for the students to say at the
Yeah,
moment
of
the color
course.
because our brain, look at that. The right brain is trying to say the color we are looking at, but the
Mm,
left brain tries to read it, to read the word. But it's really fun. It's really great. Already. Thank
right.
you, Mateo. Was challenging,
Consider.
right?
Yes, it
Whew.
I sweat.
All
I
right.
sweat a bit.
Let's see in point number 3, the benefits of gamification.
Yeah.
What other benefits does gamification bring, right? Besides motivation, we already established that using gamification implemented into class, it's going to be motivating for students. We know.
Okay.
But what other benefits can it bring the students for sure?
Mhm.
So look at this. Students will feel the same the sense of accomplishment because we already said before the students are making an effort. If it is well, we are a little bit focused on learning a second language or a foreign language in English, right? So the students are making a little effort to be able to understand concepts, to develop the skills, the communicative skills. So it is an effort they are making. So whenever they make that effort, they will feel the sense of accomplishment once we give them the badges, the prizes, and the rewards we have established for them. Stimulates the students' interest in the lesson. We're going to keep them more engaged according to the things we're explaining or the things we have been practicing, right? It keeps the students engaged during the lesson, right? Stimulates the interest and keeps them engaged. Fosters participation. Probably, and I hope if you implement at some point gamification in your class, in some of your classes, you're going to be able to listen to the students that sometimes or most of the time don't really participate. They don't talk, they don't even open their microphone, they don't raise their hands if we are in a face-to-face environment or in virtual environment, right? We're going to
Right.
be able to listen some of those students. Students learn in different ways because we're bringing more activities and more options for them to participate. Yeah. It helps them overcome those challenges and difficulties they may have when learning something. Yes. And
Okay.
encourages teamwork because we're going to be able to, according to the activities, well planned, strategically planned, we can promote activities, implement activities where the students can work together in pairs. We're going to promote participation among the students and get them to interact with each other in pairs or in groups. All right. Well, it depends, of course, the number of the students, the ages, their background, and many different things we need to keep in mind. But
Yeah.
it encourages teamwork for sure. Alrighty. Now, so far, Mateo, do we have any questions or any comments?
We got a lot of hands up, which means that the audience is here with us, really attentive. They are enjoying. A lot of they're enjoying the space. Okay, so that's awesome.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you.
fantastic. Thank you, Mateo, and thank you,
Mhm,
everybody, for paying really good attention.
mhm.
Now, very briefly, we're gonna check. Uh, as I mentioned before, providing the students rewards is gonna make the difference. In this case, in gamification, they will be able to earn badges, to get a few points, etc. It's important to reward the students because they are making an effort according to what they are learning, right? So let's go. Sorry, I went back. Let me go to the next slide. The students will be able, when you provide the rewards, students earn the points, right? And motivates the students. We have established that with gamification, and with giving them the badges or the points is going to be more motivating for them. They will feel encouraged and rewarded for their effort, right?
Mhm.
Badges allow teachers to reward the achievements, right? According to the activities, the activities we proposed in the class with some games, some activities, fun activities for them. We're going to be able to provide those rewards for them according to their achievements. They will feel that reward. Instead of grades, this is just a little recommendation. Instead of grades, using points to reward the students sometimes. We
Mhm.
know, and it's necessary, of course, because we need to provide the students with summative assessment. We have to provide them a grade telling them that you pass or you accomplish or you achieve the competences in the language, and we have to
Mhm.
write a report for parents, right?
Mm.
Constantly, right? Every
Learning
term,
evidences,
we
right?
need to
Okay.
provide
Mhm.
that report, okay, with summative assessment. But sometimes in different activities, it doesn't have to be always the grade, the grade, the grade. In Spanish, I don't know if it is okay to say this, but we call the students noteros, noteros. They only want to participate in class because of a grade. It's
Because
not
of a
only for the
number,
grade.
yeah, it's
You
yeah.
need to feel that you are actually improving and you are
Hmm.
getting better at learning and improving your skills in the language. So instead of giving them a grade, provide them with different rewards, right? The badges and points and different things. Increases the students' participation in activities proposed. You will see if you implement some of these activities in your classes, for sure, you will get
Okay.
more participation, more motivation. This is an example of a Richmond learning platform.
Mm.
Students in primary, in secondary, and young adults, those different segments are already using Richmond Learning Platform. I'm pretty sure in our audience we have a lot of RLP users right now, right?
For sure,
I'm
yes.
pretty sure you have seen the play
Mm.
button. Yes, it brings the students games, right? And it gives them the possibility to compete between them. All right. So the games in the Richmond LP will give the students coins, right? If you can see these golden
Mhm.
coins according to the score they achieve in the activities. There are listening activities, grammar and vocabulary, and they practice a little bit of reading as well. So according to the response, their answers, they will get golden coins. When they finish all of the activities in each of the topics, right? In this case, this is a sports topic. They will have 5 games, and whenever they finish all of the activities, they will get as many coins as they get for the participation, right? Or the way they answer the questions. And
Okay.
in the topic, they will get gems.
Mhm.
There are rubies, they are emeralds. I'm not sure
Mm.
if there are diamonds. Could be, I
Diamonds,
don't know. I
probably.
haven't gotten there, but motivate the students into opening their RLP, and
Yeah.
we use it a lot for warm up activities at the beginning of the class. This is
Mhm.
really useful and it's great when all of the students can access and have this little competition between their classmates, right? So they will earn coins. Also, in Mayon, I'm pretty sure there are teachers right there that are already Mayon users, right? Remind
For
your
sure,
students
yes.
from their profile, right? Where they can see their name, they have avatars, yes?
Mhm.
And well, just to contextualize a little bit our other participants who don't use Mayon, Mayon is one of the biggest digital platforms we have in use at this moment here in Latin America. So there are more than 5,000 books, digital books for the students to read from, and they can choose what kind of books they like according to different categories in the platform. So look at this. The students will receive automatically an evaluation as they read, as they improve. They will be constantly evaluated in the platform, and they are going to be able to take from time to time those tests built in the platform, right?
Okay.
So as they improve in something we call Lexile, the Lexile is the reading level in English for the students. So as they improve that Lexile in reading comprehension, the
Yeah.
platform automatically will send them more avatars
Wow.
for them to choose from.
As a
So
reward, right? Okay, awesome. Thanks for
exactly
that.
as a
All right.
reward, and they love
Uh-huh.
it. Kids are always changing their avatar, and they change the little avatar in there. It's really good. So that's just a couple of examples of in our platforms. How can we identify those rewards we have in there? And also, well, there are lots of different applications that provide rewards. Just as an example, in here we have two of our series in Richmond, right? Personal
Okay.
best for young adults and students in university levels as well,
Mhm.
right? And the application, if you haven't downloaded so before already, we have badges and there are trophies. As the students advance in the activities, they will get amazing scores and points, right? Also, this one, Go International, is a series for primary, it's a program for primary school. Also, they have an application. If you haven't downloaded your app, go ahead and do it for free.
Yes.
And the students will be more engaged into playing the games according to the content they practice in class. They will be able to continue practicing in the application, right? So it gives them stars, right, for the rewards when they do the activities great, right?
Mhm.
Fantastic. Also, well, there's another example, Duolingo. They provide badges according to the levels the users accomplish. And also, and I recommend this one, it's really awesome. Quiz Your English is an application by Cambridge. You can download it in your phone and you can practice vocabulary, grammar activities with people around the world. It's fantastic. You can recommend it also to your students for them to practice, and they provide, right, according to the achievements, they provide a lot of rewards as well. So these are just a few examples of applications that provide rewards, and if you explore them and check, you will see how it works with the reward, providing the rewards for students.
All right.
Alrighty, Mateo, we're
Okay.
come to the end of the session, and at the end, remember, actually, right now, you're going to be able to see. I'm pretty sure Tahira will help me out. She's going to share with you the links for the two activities we had at the beginning, the game, right? So
The
you
game
can
of the
explore
video.
it and check,
Mm-hmm.
and the link for the Educa Play
Educa
activity,
Play.
right? The
Mm-hmm.
video quiz. Yes? So
Yeah.
reflect on this before we finish. Classes using gamification should be carefully designed and strategically planned, right? With enthusiasm. Sometimes we are tired, we are overwhelmed with so much work, but I'm pretty sure at the end of the day, you're going to stop and think as I do. The most important thing is your students learning
Of
from
course.
it. That's what motivates me the most. Believe me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes, of course, the money. We need the money. We're working for money. But it's more important for the students to actually learn and progress
Mm-hmm.
and improve in what we are teaching them. That's my motivation. So, with enthusiasm and believing in the effectiveness of the approach,
Yeah.
gamification, right? To boost the student skills for better contextualization of the language and meaningful learning, right? Students don't learn as we did 30 years ago, back in the 80s, back in the
Not at
90s.
all.
Students do not learn like that anymore. We need active classes. That's what we need. And that's why we are providing this webinar today for,
Mhm.
opening our minds a little bit, change the chip and, and
That's
plan
okay.
differently for students, for the students' benefit. This is, sorry, for the example or the sample for a lesson plan, right? This
Okay.
is Inclassflip and gamification lesson plan. This was taken from a flip learning lesson plan by Marta Ramirez. She's an amazing expert in flip learning. So if you ever wanted to learn about more about flip learning, this is the way for you to go. Search for Marta Ramirez and you will find amazing information and a lot of strategies and techniques that you can implement in your classes. This is an example, right, of a lesson plan. And what we had in our session today, right, at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning, for example, right, checking the main menu up in here, the interaction, the time, the Bloom's taxonomy, what is the skill the students are practicing or what I'm checking in my students, describing the activities, how is the follow-up after the class, and the materials and resources that I'm going to use. So this is just a little example. I included the links, right, for the quiz at the beginning in Genially and the video quiz from EducaPlay. They
Yeah.
are right there. Um, so the game was used as a warm-up activity. The
Mm-hmm.
presentation of the gamification concept was the EducaPlay video, right? And
Okay.
some more activities that you will be able to include. How do we get this sample? All right.
Yes. Okay.
With the Richmond Solution Program, this is what we do. We provide the workshops with teachers, right? You can ask your consultant in each of your cities
Mm-hmm.
you are at. Your consultant will be able to provide you with this lesson plan. We share all of this information, of course, together, and we plan all of our workshops. So whenever one of your consultants or coaches come into the classroom with the teachers for the teacher training, they will be able to share this lesson plan.
Awesome.
Lesson,
That's awesome.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And look at this. I'm pretty sure I have shared this with teachers as well. This is from
Learning sequence.
Clases Virtuales. We did this
Mhm.
actually last year, but
Yeah.
just for you to remember where to get different tools. We have
Mhm.
Guía de Herramientas, right? And we have shared this Excel file with teachers. If we didn't, well, we have it available. And if whenever you have your workshop with your consultant and coach, go ahead and ask them about this
Ask for it. Mhm.
list of the tools we can use for gamification, for game-based learning, for virtual classes, face-to-face classes. This is really useful for any purpose you have. All right, and
Well,
that's it.
hi, Silvia. Thank you very much for all this information. It was, I would say, valuable. Well, I learned a lot today. I hope that our audience also, well, learned and new things. At least, like to open up these reflection spaces, no, that are really important, no, like.
Exactly.
It's, I mean, we always can learn new things, no? So, well, thank you, Silvia, very much for all this information. All right. So, well, thanks. It here says Nicolas. Okay, it says Nicolas. In the case of, I mean, just if you need this information, please, contact your academic consultant so you can ask for it. Okay. Even though you're going to find this webinar and all our webinars are going to be in our page, of course, on Facebook. So just in case you need to access like later to any of these spaces, please feel free to do so. Okay. And well, God bless you all, guys, and thank you very much.